Hey you guys, I'm going to be giving you some information on how to format your headings and subheadings in APA format for your papers. And all of this information can be found online at Purdue OWL, and the link is right here on the first page of this presentation. So now I'm just going to give you an overview. So APA style uses a unique heading system to separate paper sections, and there are 5 heading levels in APA, and these are actually a simpler system than the previous heading guidelines. Another thing to know is that regardless of how many levels you use within your sections of your paper, you always use the headings in order beginning with level 1. So now I'm going to go over what the specific headings actually look like, and then I'm going to give you some examples of them. So the first thing is that level 1 headings are centered, boldface, uppercase, and lowercase headings. The level 2 are left aligned, boldface, uppercase, and lowercase heading. Level 3s are indented, boldface, and lowercase ending with a period. And that means that only the first word, if you use more than one word, only the first word is capitalized in level 3 headings. You also begin the text after the period instead of starting a whole new paragraph. Level 4 is very similar to level 3s, except that they are italicized as well as indented, boldface, and lowercase headings ending with a period. And you also begin the text after the period instead of starting an entirely new paragraph. And level 5 headings are very similar to levels 3 and 4, except that they are not boldface, and they're indented, only italicized, and lowercase ending with a period. And you also begin the text right after the period. So here's some examples of how something might look. So if an article has 4 sections, some might have some subsections within a section and some might not. And you just use your headings depending on how you split up your sections. So section headings receive a level 1 format. That would be like methods section, results section, discussion section. And subsections within the level 1 formats receive level 2. And then you have subsections of level 2s moving on down the line. So for the first one here, we have the methods section. And so the author has split it into the site of study and the participant population. So within site of study, there are no subsections within there. But in participant population, there are 2 subsections within participant population, teachers and students, which follow level 3 subsections. Then we move on to the results section. So the author has split it into 2 level 2s. So there's 2 subsections within the results section. So spatial ability actually has further subdivisions within that one. So you see there's 2 level 3s. There's test 1 and test 2. And within test 1, there's further subdivisions, teachers with experience and teachers in training. So those would be level 4. And then we go back to level 2 setting of kinesthetic ability. So that one has no subdivisions within it, whereas spatial ability does. So it's kind of confusing, but you just gotta split it up in a way that makes sense for your paper, and that works. So in APA style, some more stuff here. The introduction section never gets a heading, and headings are not indicated by letters or numbers, so you're not going to label it like section 1, section 2. And then the levels of your headings will depend on the length and how you've organized your paper. Regardless, you always begin with level 1 headings, then move on to level 2. Then if you have something within level 2, you move on to level 3. And then once you're done with level 3, you head back to level 2, etc. So now I'm going to give you 2 examples here. One is just an overview, and one will be, I will be showing you a specific paper that I've written that I have some subsections in. So here is some basic information. So here would be the title, and then this would be section heading level 1. Centered, bold, all capitalized, and then you'd start a new paragraph and indent here. And this is where you would type your information. Then you have a subheading within that section, and that would be left justified, all capitalized and bold, no period. And then you would also enter and start a new paragraph here. Then you move on to your second subheading within level 2, known as level 3. This is the section where you would go have a further subsection within level 2. This is bold. Only the first word is capitalized, and it's indented, and there's a period here, and you'd start typing right after the period. Then the third subheading is a further subdivision, and it's similar to level 3, except it's italicized, bold, indented, and there's a period here, and only the first word is capitalized, and you would also type right after the period. And finally, level 5 is similar as well, except it's not bold, it's indented, it's italicized, and only the first word is capitalized, and you would start typing right after the period. And this would be the final level. So now let me give you an example of my paper. So that's not it. Here we go. So here's my title page, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So here is where I would start with the introduction. You'd start with the title right here of your paper. Then you'd move directly into the introduction. Remember, there's no introduction heading. So here's my introduction. Oh, look, a subsection. So here's my section title, Review of the Literature. So I begin with an introduction here, and here's a subsetting here. So this would be a level 1, this review of the literature, and this would be a level 2. So then I go ahead and enter and keep typing. Oh, here's another level 2. And here's another level 2. So those are 3 subsections within review of the literature. And here's critique of the literature, another subsection. So there's actually 4 subsections within the review of the literature. So now I go to my methods section. So I type in my method, go back to level 1 heading again, because I'm starting a whole new section. So this is a level 1 heading. So then I go down, oh, here's a level 2. But wait, I actually have 3 subsections within my data collection. I have participants, procedures, and, oh, just 2, just kidding, sorry. So I have participants and procedures, 2 subdivisions within data collection. So these 2 here are level 3 headings. Then I've finished up with data collection, so then I move on to data analysis. And my data analysis doesn't have any further subsections, so I just do it like a level 2 heading. So now I'm done with my methods section. So now I move on to my analysis. So I have my first theme or subsection here, effect of age on the sibling relationship. Then, as you can see, I have a level 3 subsection. So then I'd go ahead and put that in there. And here's my second level 3 subsection within effect of age on sibling relationships. So I finished that out. So here's my second theme. So this would be back to a level 2 within my analysis. So support from older siblings. And I don't believe, so I don't have any subsections within there, so that would just be level 2. And then here's my third theme, which is uniqueness of the sibling relationship. And that is another level 2 heading. And there's no subsection within there either. So then finally I have my final section back to level 1 for the discussion section. And I do not believe that I have any subdivisions within there. Oh, just kidding, that's not true. I have level 2 heading for limitations and directions for future study. And then that's it. Then I go back to a level 1 and I finish out with my conclusion. So there you have it. That's everything for subheadings and headings. If you have any more questions, please ask Professor Lawless. She'll be happy to help you out, but hopefully this information has been helpful. Thanks so much.